Hello everyone and welcome into today's action-packed video. Yes, you are nestled right inside my light box, right where you belong. You'll want to stay tuned today. Do you want to talk about my artwork? Do you want to talk about a vintage Bakelite bangle that I just sold? I just sold this for $2,800. Do you want to talk about plastic from the 1940s that's worth a fortune? Or do you want to talk about this awesome diamond ring? You are in store for an epic haul from the Don Scott Antique Show, and one of the major home runs from the show came in this little plastic bag. It was priced at $1,200. I paid $1,120, and you're going to say, what did you buy for $1,120? I bought one of the most epic Art Nouveau brooches. This is an original. Circa dating on this one is 1895 to 1905. And while you're gonna want to stay tuned not only to this video, but to my channel in general, is I have always done things different. I have been a reseller for 31, almost 32 years and counting. And that is a full-time reseller, not part-time, full-time, which means I was financially and emotionally and invested 100% in this business of resale. This is an Art Nouveau brooch, and we'll get into that in just a little while. Stay tuned because you're going to want to know, what would I sell a brooch like this for that I paid over $1,000 for? Steve, if you watch this video, thank you so much for making a dream come true at the Don Scott Antique Show. The vast majority of this video is going to be based on the Don Scott show. Also sitting out on my desk was a massive Herkimer diamond. If you want to talk about Herkimer diamonds or want to learn a little bit more, please race over to my past videos. And inside of YouTube, if you pull up my channel, you can search my channel by keywords, whether it be jewelry, antiques, artwork, Herkimer diamonds, blue zircon, aquamarine, and then it will pull up specific videos for you to make the searching much easier through my now very many videos. So I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary on YouTube, and it just doesn't feel real, but I want to say thank you to all of you so much. And this is a ring that I made. Someone's going to say, well, that's not a ring, that's a flower in a vase. And I would say, no, that's a ring. It's got literally, I think it's 650 parts that are completely fabricated out of sterling silver. And like I've said before, I loved blending in everywhere I went. So let me clear the light box. I'll be right back with all of you. Wait till you see what I fill it with. And before I forget, 2 more things. I wanted to say thank you so much to all of you for watching my channel and for sharing me out with at least 1 or 2 other people. I'm currently at, I think it's like 460 subscribers. So I need your help. I really wanted to get to 30,000 by the end of the year. So thank you so much for your help in my subscriber marathon. If you ask where I sell, I do sell on eBay, and the link is in my YouTube main page, or on my YouTube main page. And please come over to Bully Run Coffee on YouTube. So go up to the search box, type in Bully Run Coffee, type search. That's Jeremy's channel. And that's where I sell a lot of these vintage and antique treasures, from everything from decorative arts to really beautiful jewelry, Bakelite, costume, rhinestone, designer signed, sterling silver, unique artisan made pieces, antiques, gold, platinum, diamonds, gemstones, you name it, I sell it. A quick parade of items that I wanted to do another video on, so I'm just going to scroll through these really quick and show you some of the amazing decorative arts that I buy. That is a gorgeous paperweight, and look at this lucite paperweight. I went crazy when I saw this. Late 1960s into the 1970s, and I loved that encased floral. Flowers that will never perish. Flowers that will never pass. And I thought that was epic. A beautiful arts and crafts vase. Again, pottery, art pottery. It is made to look like these are jeweled cabochons. I love decorative arts that become jewelry for the home. I will absolutely do future videos on such pieces, and please leave down in the comment section below if you want further videos on the decorative arts that I've collected for over now 35 years. So please let me know, because I was a collector before I was ever a reseller. And yes, I'm an old soul. At 51 years old, I am an old soul. And this is an end of the day, beautiful end of the day rose bowl, circa dating on that one, 1900 to 1910. That has the silver fleck foil. I thought that was exceptional. Let me show you just a few more pieces to get them off my desk. Let me load the light box. Well, I thank you again so much for joining in, and thank you for just all of the positive comments that I receive. So please engage my videos. Even if you just put a heart down in the comment section below, it always helps out the the YouTube outreach to get me out in front of more people, and I really do appreciate it. Look at the signature. This is from 1992. Ground down Pontil there, and look at that luster across the surface. That is a Magnum paperweight. I loved the shape of it. I love the craft of it, and that Aurora Borealis sheen, that iridized surface. I said absolutely yes. You know my affection for Robert Eckholt. I love this. And for all the jewelry people, do not move. You will not be disappointed when you see the epic haul from Don Scott that we'll get into in just a few minutes here. Eckholt 2000. That is Robert Eckholt. It is a paperweight, and that does have a hole that you put your pencil in. There's an as-made flaw. There's just a little as-made fissure there. Again, I forgive that because this is vintage. Over 25 years ago, this was made. Can you imagine? I just remembered the change of 2000. You remember the Y2K? Oh, the Y2K celebration when the world was supposed to end because the computers wouldn't update. Here we still are 25 years later. And this is Venetian glass. This is amazing. This is Murano or Venetian. And this is a handkerchief miniature. Wonderful, wonderful vase there. I think I paid $22.50, easily worth well over $100 now. And another incredible controlled bubble. Italian glass, sheared and polished, beautiful encased paperweight. I absolutely loved that one. This was an epic find. Look at this one. Absolutely awesome clamshell. It sits on the bottom here or it lays down. So you either have a vase that looks like that or you can lay it down and make it look like that. I've always used these to display the pearl strand necklaces, the vintage pearl strand necklaces from the 50s. I always have them kind of spilling out of these. They're usually much, much larger. This is the only one I found in this size, the second one, I should say. I tried to get that out and it didn't work. I'm too far into this to hit re-record. And I'll tell you the truth, I always do. It's 1:15 in the morning. If I sound tired, it's because I really am. I'm exhausted, by the way. Today was a crazy busy day. A future video coming, the contents of this antique Tiffany & Company box. Tiffany & Company box. Absolutely incredible. Wait till you see what's inside of that box. So stay tuned for future videos. And like I said, please hit the like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. This is Schaefer and Vatter. I could do a whole video on Schaefer and Vatter items. There's the mark on the bottom. Absolutely wonderful hat pin holder. Its only job was to hold very long hat pins. There is a distinct difference between a stick pin and a hat pin, and this would have held hat pins. Incredible, incredible. Later Victorian into the Nouveau aesthetic. Wonderful creation. I love the color of it. In great condition. Circa dating 19... you could say 1900, but more technically 1910 on that one. A beautiful rose bowl. If you would like to see this glow, because the bottom does glow, it fluoresces electric lime green under blacklight, please go over to my live feed video that I just did. I think the thumbnail on it... Oh boy, it's my last live from the airing of this video. I don't remember the title, but I did glow this for everyone to see. And then another incredible encased orange and white Venetian, sheared and polished, a lot of age on that one. Be careful because they are remaking these. I loved the orange and the white. Let me pause and load that box. Oh boy, I just loaded the light box. It's too late. It's already in there. And a handful of sterling rings that I bought at Don Scott. So now starts a partial haul. This is only just the tip of the iceberg of what some of the pieces I bought at the Don Scott Antique Show. Black Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And look at that diamond ring in sterling silver. And I got a heck of a bargain. $28. $28 for sterling silver and diamonds. Yes, please. This one is missing a stone, but that is a diamond out. My friend Cindy, that went with us, she found that for me. A DeJoy ring with jadeite and beautiful, either chrome diopside or green tourmaline. A fire agate that is one of the most stunning. Look at the purple, that deep eggplant purple and that velvety orange into the lime green. Yes. Fire agate gets me going, and it's just an incredible version. Look at the color in that stone. The light box is just not doing it justice. Let me tip the stone and see what we can find. Oh, yeah. Look at the contour cutting of that fire agate. Solid sterling silver, I said absolutely yes. That was a split-second decision. Diamonds, one tiny little diamond is out, but look at that zigzag chevron. And then look at the side profile of those diamonds set in solid sterling silver. And yes, they do set diamonds in silver. Let me set those out of here. I still got to go back to that one for a minute. Yeah, diamonds and sterling. Yep, 100%. I just jumped right on it. And let me tell you, I selected those 6 rings out of probably 500 rings. And look at the matrix in that vintage sterling silver and turquoise ring. Absolutely incredible. Oh, and I forgot, anyone who doesn't like my nail polish, I painted that finger and then not the rest. So for the haters, oh, and there's a chip on here too. So I did that on purpose just to really piss some people off. Oh, there is my Bora ring, a high carat gold, sterling silver, and an amazing gemstone. And there's the ring that I made. There's my large diamond ring that everyone's been saying. When are you going to do a video on that? You know what I should do? I should just stop talking about all this and talk about this. Let's get in on that gigantic diamond. Yeah, it took 27 and a half years of hard work. Yeah, genuine diamond, and it's rose cut, and it's 10.01 carat, and I have all the paperwork on it, and I made the mounting. I made it to look Georgian and timeless and haunting and gorgeous and beautiful, and I knocked it out of the ballpark. I really did. If you want to see more of my creations, leave it down in the comments section below. This was a stunning set. This was just awesome. Vintage rhinestone, attributed to Beau Jules or Judy Lee. The riveted construction. I loved everything about it. That was a definite yes. Let's get into some of these bags and show you exactly what I found. This is a genuine opal, and look at the color of that opal. That is not lab created or man created. That is an opal through and through. It has a wonderful pastel matrix, and look at that blue, lime green, and lavender. Solid sterling silver. I loved the shape of the stone and that accented rope twist. As a silversmith and trained as a silversmith after 7 years in school, I just have a different sensitivity than most in the business. Not right or wrong, just different. Solid 14 karat gold on sterling silver. I don't know the designer on this, nor do I know if it's signed, but I do know that that safety chain is going to drive me bonkers. It is signed 14 karat sterling silver and something. There is wear to the gold, because that is a thin layer of gold, which it's the disc is actually a piece of gold, and it's very thin is what I meant to say. Let's straighten that link out a little bit. There we go. And there is some little dents here and there on the gold. I can polish those out. It was very inexpensive, but I was very grateful. And this isn't a full sort. I forgot to tell you, and to be honest, I did buy a gold bracelet there in the $3 costume jewelry at a booth, and I sold it for $1,670 is what I sold it for. So yes, you can make a lot of money in resale. A lot of times I don't show you what I pay for things, but that's okay. This is a raw sort. This is for sure Cremants. I've had this brooch before. It should be signed right up on that pin stem. Cremants. That one for $4 that I bought. I think I sold my last one on eBay for $60. And again, I'm a full-time reseller on eBay. Please go over and check out the link. This one I paid 15 for. These are flowers that are plastic and rhinestone, gold plated. I don't think this one was signed. Vintage on that one, late 60s into the 70s. I could sell that one for around $45. It's in lovely condition. It's a great brooch. It's sizable and it's a great color combination. So that was a yes for 15. This one, Dane Craft Sterling. This is very heavy, extremely heavy. It is Dane Craft Sterling. That was 15. I think he sold it to me for 10. Just in metal, it's probably worth about $20 to $22 based on weight. It's very heavy, it's very thick, it's very large. I would say on that one, based on design, I think these could be hibiscus. I love getting in trouble in my videos. I love when I say something and then someone goes, that's not what it is. And then I respond with, I don't care. It's $15. I'll sell it for like probably 48 or 50. So there is still profit there. I don't know what this one is. Oh, I remember what this one is. Art Deco and fantastic. That's a Deco original. That was $35. I think he sold it to me for $25. Tri-colored gold filled. Look at the way they inset that medallion in that amethyst glass. Someone else would say that was amethyst, and I would say, no, I'm sorry. Those facets do not say amethyst. They say, I am glass. A little fracture that's internal where they set that stone through there. That is forgivable because you can't feel that. That's internal. A little stress line does not come through the front of the pendant. Please be careful with those. If it does, I wouldn't buy it. I love that little step down medallion that creates that kind of more elegant, almost lavalier style. I would say on that one, I'll get around $65. This one was priced as costume. This is 800 silver, gold plated. That one I'd probably get between 30, no, between 25 and 30 for something like that. It's very well done. That's all completely hand-done filigree or wire work. Really beautiful bow. Circa dating on that one, 1930s, 1940s. And it's really, really well done. Those are very underrated. This is 1928 jewelry. And I love that one time I said 1928 jewelry and someone said in my comments, it's not made in 1928. That's the brand. And I said, I didn't say it was made in 1928. I said, it's 1928 jewelry. Take the cotton out of your ears and pay attention. This is the brand, 1928. And someone would say, why'd you buy it for $2? I normally would never buy this. My friend Gail lots these and puts these on eBay. And as a lot of them, I think she puts in, I don't know, 8 to 10 or something. She'll get $100 to $200 very easy. So that was a gift for Gail, my friend Gail. She's awesome and epic, so I'll hand that off to her. I do shop for a lot of different people, and I gift a lot of things. This is $9.35 sterling, $35. Look how gigantic this Art Deco bow is. I would not be surprised if this is Theodore Farner. I did not look for any hallmarks. I would not be surprised. It does not look like one of his designs because it is kind of whiplash. His is much more geometric and heavy-handed. But look at the way those marcasites are set into sterling silver with a little bead setting to make sure that those stones stay in place. Circa dating on that one, late 1930s, but that is a sizable brooch. If it was only sterling silver and marcasite, I would say around $75. If it is Farner or someone else in that kind of school of designers, I would say that one would be around $125 to $135. So there's potential money to be made there. I knew I wasn't going to lose. This is great. These are cultured pearls on sterling silver. I wouldn't be, yep, there we go. There's the silver mark. That is sterling silver. Let's put that back in there. And a cultured pearl, sterling silver. These are probably a Koya pearl. Sterling silver brooch for $2. $2? I was like, absolutely all day long. Those are an easy sell. $24 to, let's say, $28 for the quick flip. Art Deco Bakelite, carved to look like jade. That is Bakelite. That is not jade. That is brass. Art Deco, 1920, 1930. I paid $24. I know he gave me a discount. I think I got it for $15 or $18. That one would probably be in the vicinity of $45. Oh, $45 to $55 because of its being different. And why did I just go, oh? I don't know where some of the noises come from. You know how I love a crunchy bag. You know how I love the videos with crunchy bags? I don't, so let me unpack these really quick. I'll be right back. I wasn't done crunching. I don't know. I was laughing so hard when I paused and I said, what is my problem? I don't know. There's a list of them. Here, let's crunch away a little bit. There you go. For anyone who doesn't like the bags like me, there you go. I was laughing so hard just now. I hope you're laughing along with me. These, I just love these. Staffordshire porcelain, late Victorian. This is a great trinket box. And normally I would say, please don't buy trinket boxes because they do not sell. Oh, that would be something, that would be wrong advice for me to give. Anything with a dog that's a Staffordshire miniature box. I consume them at between 50 and 60, depending on their age and complexity. Look at how great this one is. So yeah, I would say at least $60. I paid $12. That was a definite yes. Oh, and here's another one that's out on my desk. This is one of mine. And they are so affordable right now. And this is Staffordshire. Absolutely early Staffordshire. Love this. And this one was only $12. I mean, it needs to be cleaned up, but wow, look at that dog's face. And I love the honest wear, almost like a lead glaze that runs down, the viscosity of that glaze. And I can speak that way because I did take ceramics art for a very long time in college. I was going to minor in ceramics and decided not to. Love this pug dog. This was $4. Again, Staffordshire style, absolutely wonderful pug dog. Slight wear to the ear. Would have come in a pair. That was just too cool. I had to. To a primitive collector, I could still get around $35 full tilt retail for such a pug dog. And to a pug person that loves their pugs, could be $45. But I do the quick flip. I don't know where that hair came from. It's stuck underneath the price tag. Probably a dog fur from the person that loved their dog. But look at the way that's constructed. That is just epic and awesome. And for everyone that says, you know, I've trained my dog not to get on the sofa, that dog was not trained. They had trained their owner, which is most of the time what happens with our dogs and cats and our furred friends. Look at that. That's just great for $12. That again, early to mid-Victorian. Let me get that out of here. And look at all the dust and dirt. What a mess. This bracelet needed to be fixed, and as a silversmith, this would take me about 15 to 20 minutes. I need to solder on a jump ring here, but I need to enclose it into that link there. So see how that goes into there? I just need to solder that closed. These are all little diamonds. And this is a sterling silver gents bracelet. These are all diamonds in sterling silver, and as is, it was $34. That is an 8-inch wrist. It is a stunning design. So from that 34 and a 15-minute investment, maybe 18 minutes on a bad day for that repair, I would say full tilt retail on that because of how many diamonds there are in silver. Boy, it's tough because retail would be 600 plus for something like that in an 8-inch wrist. I would say I would get around 265 265 to 275. You always have to beat retail, you know? Well, let's say this. I shouldn't say you always have to, because you always don't have to do something I say. But staying in resale as long as I have, I've consistently beat retail by quite a substantial amount. This was interesting. This was $6. And I thought this was Brunio Jasper. Now I'm not so sure of that. Definitely landscape style, Jasper, and the jump ring, that solder seam, it makes me think that this is gold. I do not think this is gold filled. I think that is low carat or 10 carat gold. The bezel and the way that's constructed, boy, that sure looks gold to me. Let me get my loop out and see if we have a signature anywhere. And I do appreciate the time. Again, it's late. I didn't plan on a video, and I can't believe that that I'm still up and running. I should be in bed. No, this is definitely gold. This is 100% gold. And as a silversmith, I looked at the solder seams and I'm like, that is for sure a gold solder joint here that is not plated. And that is a gold solder seam here. For sure, that eutectic joining that metal, that's definitely a gold solder seam. Again, I can show you, sometimes I can't tell you. That was custom made from the $6. I would say, because that's a lot of gold. That's a thick bezel. It's got the back plate, and it's got a nice jump ring bail. I'm going to say just in gold value, it's probably around 125. It could be more. That could be around 150 in gold. Yeah, and then the stone, probably a good 25, 35 for such a beautiful landscape stone. Look at that. Isn't that exceptional? Yeah, I get lost in these things. So $6, I'm going to make a great amount of profit, and that's a quick flip. And then this one was 18, sterling silver, chrome diopside, and I noticed that 2 stones were out. So I have marquee, chrome diopside, and so I can pop those in there. But that's solid sterling silver with vermeil, citrine, pink sapphire, chrome diopside, and probably little diamonds. And wow, what a stunner. Love the color combination. With a little bit of work, I'll be able to get over $100 for that ring. These were all spectacular. I'll just show you all these together. These were just magnificent. These are all gemstone and black rhodium, sterling silver. Look at the naturalistic designs of these. What a nod to antique and Art Nouveau. What a nod to past time periods. Gold vermeil, black rhodium, garnets in that one. I love these rings. I'm not sure on the designer on these. Oh, this one has plique-azure enamel. So see the translucent enamel? I did not notice that when I bought it. Holy cow. Look at me go. I did not notice that. Whoops. That has plique-azure enamel. Peridot, could be mint green garnet. Definitely peridot. Citrine, possibly. And look at that translucent plique-azure enamel that you can see right through that. That might be, I don't know if that's glass or epoxy. There's a difference between glass plique-azure and epoxy plique-azure. It's 2 totally different things, meaning that is either glass in the cells or that is epoxy. I would say based on age, that's probably epoxy, more than likely. But look at the color gradation that they did. Teal, yellow into a light pink. I am seduced by this ring. That is a stunner. This one's incredible. These are faceted opal, likely Ethiopian. Either an apatite, possibly a small Paraiba tourmaline, and then look at that beautiful branch design. Really amazing ring. And then this one. This one was reminiscent of the garnet one, and then all a mixture of stones. Small ruby or pink sapphire, likely a dark green tourmaline, aquamarine, could be mint garnet, and probably a pink tourmaline on that side. Very pale pink tourmaline. Look at the way that is designed. I am 30 minutes in, and I still didn't get this done. Uh-oh. There's a whole box outside on the... Okay, these I'm going to go through quickly. These were all bargains from the same vendor. I was astounded at what I found. If you want to see the best finds of Don Scott, this could be my best finds based on what I paid in the profit margins. $10. This is Elzac, at least I think it is. Might be. Nope, it's not Elzac. I take it back. Erase it. Stop. Rewind. I need to edit. That is not Elzac. This is not from California. That would have been a brooch. And look at that foo dog. Absolutely loved it for $10. With the pin back on it, I would be able to sell it for, oh boy, 48 to 65. Bakelite bangles. These are the wonderful spacers. I always get now between $25 and $35 a piece. It's an easy sell. These were magnificent. I love the color, the polish. They were magnificent. The lady was delightful, so that helped me buy those as well. An amber ring. This one was $10. This was in the $10 pile. This is amber and sterling silver. Yes, amber and sterling silver. And you know, I'm going to unbag some of these things and I'll be right back. Are you guys familiar enough with me that when I say I'm going to do something, I don't? I still didn't unbag everything. This was $5. This is Victorian sterling silver. It is an amazing rope twist bangle bracelet. And I don't know where it would be signed, but let me look. I'm not going to find the signature that quick. It's probably signed inside of the design. No, I don't see it. Look at that for a Victorian bangle. There's corrosion here that needs to be cleaned up. That is natural, so something nasty was stored next to it. Oh, I have a joke there, but I won't say it. That was $5, cleaned up. I sold one for $200. So from $5, possibly $200 once I get it cleaned up. This is a Victorian brooch. We'll get into the material in a different video. This is a for sure Victorian. This was $5. $5. Is it morning jewelry? Yes. Is it a little bit wonky here? That has separated a little bit. Yes, I'll have to look into fixing that. But yeah, that was $5. Magnificent find for $5. Let me move some of these other bags out of the way. Oh, these sterling silver rings were $10 for all of them. Let me show you these. Unbelievable. And when someone said, how do you bring your items to be so affordable? Look at these sterling silver bands. Aren't these absolutely gorgeous? There are so many sterling silver bands in there. Those are from the late 30s. They could be from the 20s, but those are definitely late 30s. Sterling silver for $10. What? I mean, I was like, huh, what's going on here? This was an interesting lot, and I bought it for the Kachina doll earrings. I bought it for these Kachina doll earrings that are very early. Love these Kachinas on the screwbacks. And this bag was $5. And I think these could be sterling. It looks like a spoon earring and a knife pin. These are sterling, the little wishbones. So that was a good bundle for $5. This little doll, I think she threw this in for free. And I just didn't know enough about this. But I always buy things and then I research them later. I'm always on the move. I'm very quick when I'm buying. Look at that enameled metal. Jointed doll. I don't know how old she is. She's got a little bit of age to her, but I don't know much about it. But it's a miniature, and it's metal, and it's enameled. And I said, oh, absolutely, yes. A beautiful luggage tag. Most of these are sterling. They're usually signed up here. I don't know what that says, but I'll have to look at this. But it's a luggage tag, and it's shaped like a piece of luggage. Look at that old toggle on there as well. That was $5. I said yes. This Art Nouveau buckle was $5. Likely sterling silver. It does have a hallmark here. I thought it was William Kerr & Company. It is not William Kerr & Company, but look at that for an Art Nouveau buckle. What? On God's green earth for $5. I was like, okay, lady, you got me hooked. And then the best was this modernist, almost high design, luxury, $5, solid sterling silver, and look at this for a purest piece. Now, you know about my Bertoia brooch. Remember about my Bertoia brooch? I've got some research to do on this. Look at the simple mechanism here to release that pin stem. Solid sterling silver, completely hand hammered. What on God's green earth? A wearable sculpture. Again, I always say these are worth $100 or they're worth $50,000. Depending on maker and age. It took me 3 years to authenticate my Bertoia brooch, and it's worth now in excess of $30,000. So if you haven't seen that video, race over to the Bertoia brooch video. You won't want to miss that one. $5, and look at the cool True Value hardware bag. Lapis beads and sterling silver, and I think these might be a Christmas gift. So don't get your hopes up that that'll come to a bully run sale, because I think this is going to be a great Christmas gift. Sterling silver beads and lapis, double strand necklace and nugget earrings. Give me 1 minute. I'm loading the light box again. Oh, we're never going to get through the whole amount, so I'm just going to pedal a little quicker. These were $2 each. These are Bethlehem Pearl. They are clothing buttons. Look at these for Bethlehem Pearl. Absolutely. And yes, that's an original glued-on button shank. Absolutely gigantic. Look at the Christmas tree. I have got to get this over to a bully run sale ASAP. Look at the Christmas tree. Bethlehem Pearl button, incredible. You might ask yourself, what do the Bethlehem Pearl buttons go for? At a national button show that I've participated in over the last, decade of my life, when I was doing the button shows, I would get between, on the low end, 25, and on the higher and more distinctive versions, I would get like 65, 75 a piece. Look at how unusual these are. Made in Bethlehem, absolutely hand-carved mother of pearl. Look at the bird. Absolutely awesome. I'm going to bring that to Bully Run too. Someone's going to be very lucky to get that button. Look at how ornate that is, pierced out in genuine mother of pearl. Oh, wow. Could be an iris. I'm not sure there what we got. Oh, it's a brooch. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at the brooch. Bethlehem Pearl. I thought that was a button. That was $2. Oh, my. Yep, baby birds, mom and dad feeding the babies in the nest with a heart above it. Bethlehem Pearl. And someone would say, I don't get clothing buttons. And I'd say, if you don't get clothing buttons, I'd show you that one and challenge you. Vintage buttons are amazing. The Star of Bethlehem with a pierced border, wonderful glow, and wonderful buttons. And this one, look at that owl in the bell tower. I have never seen that button before, and that was definitely competed with on a button tray, a button card. You know, they call the button cards, the big cards they compete with, button trays. So look at that with the owl and the bell tower. Those were $2 each. There's a lot of money to be made in those. So I can sell those very fair. Now, turquoise and coin silver cuff bracelet. Absolutely incredible. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That I found very late in the day, and it was a very strange day. I have a lot of competition at Don Scott, but I always ignore it. I stay in my own lane, I mind my own business, and some of my best finds were after some of the experts and the big resellers that were there. I've never cared about a label for myself. I've never cared about that. While everyone else has been distracted by a label or something, I've just said, okay, you be distracted by that, hold my beer, and I'm going to clean the place of everything good. This is coral and sterling silver, and look at the chain. That is a hunk of coral as well. Very affordable. Turquoise beads, absolutely vintage, wonderful shell. I don't know what else to say besides those were a last-minute addition right before I left. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful beads. Fountain pens and pencils and more fountain pens and more pencils and dip pens. I said to myself, yeah, and I got one exceptional pen, and I already sold it. I sold it before I even got home. I made a phone call and I said, hey doc, would you like this one pen? And he said yes. I said, sold, baby. A whole bunch of jewelry that was, again, last minute stuff. Wonderful ring boxes. The celluloid ring boxes, these are getting very hard to find. Anytime I find them, I said absolutely yes. And look at that one. Incredible outside, incredible inside, very Art Deco, absolutely wonderful. And one of my favorites that was out on my desk, I'll show you. This is coming to another video. The clamshell with my giant European cut diamond ring. Platinum, 3.5 carat European cut diamond. Look at the scintillation. So would you like a video, a spotlight video on this ring? For my collection. Look at that European cut diamond. Yep, right out of the ground, earth mined, antique, platinum, old, and look at the scintillation in that center stone. So yeah, I love that box, by the way. That's one of my favorite celluloid boxes for Art Deco. A sterling silver ring. This is exceptional, $20. And look how thick and chunky this ring is. Very heavy sterling silver. Easy selling that one. 90 to 125. This was one of the most epic wins. This was $15. The stone is shot. The stone is absolutely shot. Do you guys know why I bought this for $15? Before I tell you why I bought this for $15, the stone is completely shot. It is amethyst or amethyst glass. The reason why is it's solid 14 karat gold. And this was, again, after a ton of different buyers had been through the showcase and shopped this man, and it's signed right there, 14K, 14 karat gold. That mounting is solid 14 karat gold. Very substantial. Late teens into the 20s. and that would be an easy replace. So I'll take that out of there and then bezel set an incredible knockout gemstone and sell that for a lot of money. Just in the filigree mounting, based on the two-tone gold, I would say on that one, restored $475 to who knows, depending on what stone I put into it. This one, this is, I believe, Andalusite in the center, and those are little tiny diamonds. That one was $28. I believe those are Andalusite. Very unusual stone. Needs to be cleaned. It's disgusting. It's very, very dirty. Bakelite bangles. A stick pin for $15, a very early stick pin for $15. One stone needs to be replaced, not a big deal for this guy. A rhinestone set that was vintage, absolutely love it. I'm starting to fade, everybody. It's night time. A beautiful smoky quartz, 800 silver. I absolutely loved it. Brooch, pendant, and then this. This was so whimsical. Are you ready? Look at the kissing couple. Nope, not quite. Look at his little face, how sad he is. He wanted to win her heart, and she's playing hard to get. Look at that for a whimsical 1940s brooch. And look at that the umbrella swivels around to reveal them and then to hide them. Look, they're kissing. No, they're not. I loved it. Art Deco snap cufflinks. These years ago, I was getting a fortune for. These were only $28. I didn't spend that. A tiny little issue underneath the enamel there. Not a big issue whatsoever. Look at those for snap cufflinks. Art Deco, snap or come apart. Wonderful. I sold a pair of these back in the day for $250. Now they've come down a little bit. A religious medal that I had to have that I absolutely loved, St. Christopher, and a wonderful, wonderful Jerusalem cross stick pin. Victorian with that early twist down the center. You can usually date these by that. I think I've taken enough of your time. I wanted to say again, this is the brooch, and I will do a close-up video on this. So I paid $11.20, worth at least $7,500 or $9,500. It's worth a ton of money. I will dedicate a video just on this since it is so late. I will be bringing this back for sure for a full in-depth. Thank you so much, and an attribution to Maker. Again, race over to Bully Run, and we'll see you there for one of our incredible sales. For now, signing off. I love you because I do.